Yeah, I mean, there is the odd time that I went to
Oh,
university wearing nothing but a purple dragon kigurumi, shit faced.
Sounds about right.
It was a good time.
what?
I
If
don't
I,
have
if
these. I don't have
I
these
ever
college stories.
if I ever go back to college, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna have
absolutely.
like 50 different kigurumis
Yep,
and go wearing a new one each day.
indeed. No, I drank a liter of Jaeger bomb and went to do surrealist film classes in nothing but a purple dragon kigurumi. It was a good time. It was very enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm an engineering student.
So,
I probably could get away with
yeah,
that.
exactly. You could get away with it. It's fine. Anyway, yes, if we're all here, I believe it is time for us to begin. When last we left off, my favorite way to start every
Everyone
session.
died.
Yep, everyone died and then woke up again, just like they do every night.
It's not
The little
true.
death. It is sort of true.
We don't die each night.
I think that I do.
I mean, I think lately, Rose has been, dying a little death every night.
Oh yeah, le petit mort.
Die the death.
The little death.
I love that that is the literal French translation for an orgasm is the little death, le petit mort.
Like that is.
Yes.
Jesus fuck French.
Yeah. Well, I
It's
mean,
because of
if you
all.
think about people's cum faces, le petit mort is
It,
not the worst description for what might otherwise it could be described as having a
I mean,
small
it's
heart
just like
attack.
who
it's all the dead sperm, you know?
Yeah.
who was the guy
You
who
gotta
was
mourn
like,
them.
"Oh, this is such an awesome feeling. Let me relate it to death."
Well, no, it's more like what happened. Is he dying? As no, it's just coming. Like, oh, it's honestly, it's hard to tell. le petit
Die the
mort.
death.
It's classic. Just like douche is just French for shower, and retard is just late. There are lots of fantastic words that are really ridiculous in English, but in French it's just like that's a phrase. Sorry.
Well, retard is like held back,
Yeah.
so it makes sense for late.
Yeah. And showers clean. You know what? I'm moving on. Anyway. Last session we managed to reintroduce Zaire into the world. He has a bit of an awkward situation ahead of him. A month of his memory is missing. He
What?
has a talking owl named Madame Hoots, who calls him master. He doesn't know why this is a bad thing, supposedly.
This is not a bad thing.
Yep. Yes. 2 days, well, nights after the conflict at the church, Zaire and his follower and his van went missing, just completely missing, and nobody knows what really happened. The entire month is a blank memory, and he could have been anywhere. Judging by the van's mileage, he probably didn't really leave the city, but anyone who looked for him had actually failed to find him. There are a bunch of glass slides that you would use for checking blood samples under a microscope. Loads of those appear to be splotches of human blood. There are 30 of them in total. However, a couple of those samples aren't human or animal. One is dark and murky, reminiscent of elder vitae. One is a smudge of shadow that smells like blood, and one is a pale substance that looks kind of like jizz, but I can assure you is not jizz. But then after rolling it, no, turns out it's jizz. Because that's how dice work sometimes.
Is there a reason for that? I guess I wouldn't know.
I don't know, you're the one who said no, it really is jizz, and then rolled it, and the chance dice said, yeah, I guess it is then, fair enough.
Yeah, you changed.
You changed
course.
history. It was your own, you changed it with your own hubris. You invented semen with hubris.
Sounds about right. Pretty sure that's how it went in the Bible.
Mm-hmm. Such a sinner. Such a filthy, filthy sinner. We learned about Rose having a daughter.
What?
She didn't literally give birth, she had one before she turned. She's adorable.
Well, I mean, still.
Yeah, no, Rose has a child, and she's an adorable mochaccino child.
Oh, I guess that's why he posted that picture of Rose's daughter grew up.
Yeah, exactly.
This is like, oh, I wonder what that's about.
Yeah, at some point down the line, she had herself some blaction. And now she's a child. And that child is happy and has a big old doggo.
Impossible.
Yep, they live in the middle class, like suburby bit, and
Because isn't Rose's current girlfriend white?
yeah.
Yeah.
DCL, are you saying that she can't choose what race she wants to sleep with?
She went back. You're not supposed to do that.
Well, she hasn't banged a white dude, so that might be the case. She hasn't, mashed pussies with a black chick yet, so it's the conversion concept. Just like I'm pretty sure DCL, you're interested in white women, and you have not fucked a black man yet, have you?
No.
Well, there you go. If you do, then you
I
won't
like how
go
you
back
said-
to white man.
I like how you said yet.
Look, okay, everyone's the possibility exists for everyone, whether they want it to or not.
Oh my god.
You do like traps, and not
Yeah.
all traps identify as women.
And
I
I
mean,
think
this is
that the
fair.
chances of DCL ending up on the opposite end of a cute black trap are not impossible.
Not impossible, just improbable. Fine.
Also,
I'll
drugs and alcohol are a thing, so the concept of yet is still firmly in place. Regardless, yes, Rose is a child, and she's learned that child is happy and doing well. Claire is settling back in well with her companion, whose name I always mispronounce, Herrera. I think I nailed that. Herrera, yep. Who is also a hot smoking piece of black action, actually. So there you go. We're an equal opportunities group of, I don't know, sex
Except for
loving
Hispanics.
pigs.
Fuck the Hispanics.
Yeah, I
she's
mean,
like-
well, none of you guys have trawled the Cholo bars yet, so that would be why.
I mean, she's like a 4,000-year-old Egyptian priestess, so
Well, yeah, I mean, potato.
It's like
Wait, is she Egyptian or is she black?
Southern Egyptian. There's multiple ethnicities in Egypt. South Egypt had darker skin than Northern Egypt.
Indeed, there are, believe it or not, plenty of black Jews out there even today.
There were
Jesus.
five ethnicities in Egypt during the golden age of the Egyptian Empire.
Yep.
then why is Hollywood so convinced there was only white people then?
Because they, well, first of all, it's Hollywood, and B, they only looked at the lighter skinned ethnicities of the Northern Nile.
They
not
couldn't
the
understand that
Al-
Southern
also-
Nile jive as well. It was too hard
White
for them.
actors are more popular.
Yep. And Timothy has successfully sired a
A dude, bro.
a dude, bro. No, Benedict Cumberbatch, essentially. Or Ben Batch of this land, I guess that would turn out to be his name. Who is dying of a brain tumor and was actually going out of his way to track other vampires. If I remember rightly, because this Timothy now has a bane. What's your bane now? Pure humors.
It's animals. He can't interact with mundane animals.
Does this mean you can't be a furry anymore?
No, it just means they struggle more.
Yeah, indeed, in my GM notes, I've got it written here into his token. Living animals fucking hate Timothy. Undead animals, though, who knows?
That is a feature of the animalism. Discipline.
And now let's see here. It is October 3rd, and
Yes, what?
Yes, it is October 3rd in the setting, and
You
Rose
said
has...
my name.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, I realised that. I should have known better, frankly, but I didn't call it October Lilied, so, I generally tend to call you by your name. I'm entirely derailed myself. I've been mind flooded. Reset.
You're welcome.
Okay, right, yes. Rose, aka Lily, aka October the 3rd, has broken into a mansion and acquired something.
The power of sex.
No, she didn't actually use any sex. She did walk in on someone
There
whilst
was a
they were
naked
busy.
lady
But
having
there was a
sex
naked
herself.
lady. Yeah, and there was someone fucking themselves. And she was basically told them to carry on with their duty, and they did. and then forgot promptly that Rose was ever there. She discovered that there was some real creepy shit going on in a secret room. But if I remember rightly, you did not explore any of them in depth, because fuck that noise, I'm out.
Hell no.
Correct.
Creepy sexy or just creepy?
I want no.
No, it was like
Like a flayed body.
Yeah, there was a flayed body, and there.
Strung up.
Yep.
So
It was.
right out of that.
It was all kinds of cold room, self-surgery, murder house in that room.
So it was just hardcore BDSM.
It was just, no.
There's a dead body.
Yeah, no, it was. I'm pretty sure that it stops being fun when it's considered a flensing.
Why do I make a stupid joke and everybody reacts so seriously?
Well, because honestly, there probably are people who would be into it, but we try not to think about that too hard.
Those people are weird.
They are quite unsettling. Just like people who like going in a vac bed, but we don't kink shame.
It's more understandable.
Mildly. I mean, I
they're still
too
weird.
like to think of myself as Japanese action figures.
People who like to go in a vac bed. It's a harmless.
Well, I mean, it's not,
odd.
because part of apparently what they get off on is the idea that if they didn't have this one singular tube, then them and their encased little world would be dead. And that gets them
but
off.
no
So,
one's getting harmed.
I'm
Flaying
gonna.
people alive.
Oh yeah, no, the flaying people alive has definitely got a higher harm quotient than possible accidental vac bed suffocation. Yes, I'll give you that one. Flensing is definitely more dangerous.
I thought it was the asphyxiation.
It's sort of all of that in there at once. But anyway, we're not here to talk about vac beds, or even about flensing, since Rose decided not to investigate the room too deeply for obvious safety reasons.
I saw nothing.
You didn't see anything there at all, no. But what you did do was acquire something that appeared to belong to a conquistador. And you suspect that conquistador is still alive, quote-unquote alive, and is a
Bullshit.
kindred.
Impossible.
Unless that conquistador would be kindred, which is entirely possible.
Or any number of other things.
Yeah, the list is actually pretty big. I have a book of what could this thing be, but I decided, we'll leave the signs there as obvious as they can get.
Come on, guys. Obvious Monty Python. Shit.
You nearly there?
My brain just farted, but yes, no one expects.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
It's like mandatory.
It's not even British. It's not mandatory for you.
No, we're playing D&D. It's mandatory.
Oh, right, yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, there's also the Templars Husseini. They're slightly different, but they're close enough.
The Templars Hussein. Now you shall cut down the tallest vampire in the city with a herring. Make it a red herring.
Zaire accepts your challenge.
Zaire would accept the challenge.
Kill a tall man with a fish, I'm on.
A proper challenge.
Actually, if you preserved it right, you probably could.
He would. He'd find a way to freeze the
Find a way
fish
to make
into
it
a
work.
weapon.
Absolutely. Okay. Regardless now, I need to find out what you guys all plan to do. You've acquired information about the setting. And if you have any questions about stuff that you've come across, over this month, now would be the time to ask them. Rose, you have a fencing to go do. Or by fencing, I suppose, a handoffing.
It's not fencing. It's
For a minute, I thought
delivery.
For a minute, I thought you were talking about fencing classes. It's like I don't.
I
I was
pay.
more drunk than I thought.
No. Sorry, yes, I use the word fence incorrectly. It's definitely more of a handoff, a delivery. You are driven back to your place by Etienne.
Yes.
And you have with you this possession. How would you like to go about, passing it on?
I will call the number that I was given.
Hello there.
I have the package.
Would you now? That's very interesting. Okay. It took you until now to acquire it?
needed to do some, casework.
Oh, very well. I suppose we should figure some kind of neutral grounds for delivery. The mistress would not be interested in making such a trade made known to members of the Elysium.
Fair enough.
Are you familiar with... And at this point you can hear, like, papers being turned over, and then, like, I don't know, I suppose it sounds like a couple of books being dropped off to the side. Just dumped unceremoniously away. Here we go. There is a location known as the Hail Mary. It's an old church. A few of our friends have been around the area. Renovated into a club. A few of us operate close to the area. There are apparently a number of Carthians close by, but not enough for us to be concerned with their presence. Does this suit you well?
Seems fine to me.
Very good. When is the soonest you can get this to us?
Name a time.
Very well. I'll see you in 2 hours, then.
Alright.
Okay. So you've been asked in 2 hours to go to the Hail Mary in the Poor District.
I will call Zaire.
Good choice. Zaire, you get a phone call. Go crazy. I'll play away.
I wonder. I'm trying to think of what Zaire would be doing at the moment. Would this be during pancakes or after?
Probably post pancake. I'm pretty sure that was exactly what you were doing whilst Rose was breaking into a mansion owned by a crazy conquistador Kindred to steal his stuff.
Also, quick question. Rose is just calling me right now.
Yeah.
Has nobody else tried to call me?
I believe at points there have been times when people have tried to contact you. This is Rose's first time trying to get a hold of you, though.
Okay. I will answer my phone. Hello?
Hey, Zaire. I'm gonna come by and pick you up.
Come by and pick me up. But I live in my car.
Well, if I come by pick you up, I'm gonna come over and you can drive me somewhere.
I'm not sure I have the availability to do this at the moment.
I need a good bodyguard.
Zaire's kind of just like making it. Is it going to be dangerous?
Probably not, but there's a chance.
Are you messing your... Ow! DCL, you're messing with your microphone.
No.
God, that was like a static stab in the ear.
Sorry, I was actually trying to fix it.
Ah.
Zaire's gonna kind of eye his vials of blood and then eye the owl and go, as long as it does not take too much time.
Shouldn't take long at all. We just need to go to the Hail Mary.
And may I ask what this is about?
Just business. Just need you there in case things go south.
Well, alright then. I suppose I can fit my things on hold for now. Where would you want to meet up?
Where are you right now?
That is a good question. Where am I right now? You'll actually say that into the phone.
You are at a pancake shack near Bob's sunglasses stand.
Okay, so I guess I still know where I am.
Yeah, I mean, you've just finished, going to get them, so... And you know where Bob's sunglasses stand is, no matter what time of day it is or where you are. You can feel it in your heart.
So, I will go by DCL, park my bike, and then we'll go to the Hail Mary.
Okie dokie. Well,
Wait,
this is... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Before we actually get moving, And after Zaire gives the address, he will. We do what we need to be done. I would like to meet you for a question.
Sure.
All right, well, that's all I really want. So I'll meet you down at the Hail Mary, hopefully outside before business needs to be conducted.
Now I was going to meet you, and
Oh, yeah.
then we take your van down.
All right.
You know, just in case things go south, we get shot at. Bike isn't really bulletproof.
Of course. I told you need to get a car for that.
I mean, I've got plenty of cars.
But are any of them bulletproof?
I could probably find one.
All right. Do you know
They tend to, be reported missing sooner, though.
Do you know where Bob's sunglasses stand is?
You can give me the address.
All right, so nothing's blowing onto my mic, but I'll give Rose the address and say that I'll meet her there, and then fast forward and meet her there.
Excellent. On this, Etienne will, announce that she's tired by this point. It's passed over into the half of the night where she wants to sleep, because she spends half in your sleep time and then half in living person sleep time. So by this point, she wishes you luck and will disappear off to bed.
All right.
Good night.
Now,
And quick pause here. Timothy.
Can birds even hear you?
Oh, that's right. Of course, birds can't hear. So we'll skip that for now. Stray.
Yo.
AKA Claire. Sorry. You have, I believe, the last thing that you got up to before we close the session at the end of October 3rd was that you heard someone had been seen, a kindred had been seen walking in the day.
Had it? Is that what happened? I'm legitimately asking.
Yes, that is what happened. That was the last thing you got up to, was you were looking into stories, essentially, that there had been a kindred walking in the day. It was the first thing that this was the last thing that you'd heard whilst you'd been chasing up, lines of inquiry. And they said, this sounds like bullshit, but considering it's something that you're directly looking into as of right now, maybe it's useful information to you.
Yeah. Sorry. Was scrolled up up higher to see if, what I had done. I'm back. All right. What time is it right now?
Right now, setting time, I believe it is 1:30, 1:30 a.m.
All right. Claire is going to. I think Claire already probably told Aurora about this already, right? Right.
Yep. She says
Yeah,
that it sounded strange to her, but I mean, if it's worth looking into, then you're welcome to go and look into it. Keep her posted. She's still busy trying to rebuild her power base because it was dismantled after she got staked.
And to actually to find out what happened to the Bakra, that's like their entire thing. What happened to us?
Yep.
Anyways, there's like 3 things I could do. I think I'll just end up calling my sire and telling her about this. She has more connections than I do.
Yep, okay. On calling her, she sounds occupied. Like there's a lot of people talking around her when she's on the phone. And she will excuse herself from the group of people. Claire, is something wrong?
No, not exactly, but my research has turned up more an interesting development. There are rumors that a kindred has been seen walking in the sun.
Yes, indeed it was one of my assistants who likely informed you. The matter came across, and It's not the first time we've heard such nonsense, but it's, as of yet, unproven. I figured, of course, you might have a little bit of time on your hands. I find that I am getting increasingly busy as the new year approaches. The matter is with you.
Understandable. Was there any more information that could be relayed? All I was told was this myth of someone walking in the sun. Dubious as it might be, it does bear investigation.
Of course, of course. Yes, I believe the story was related after someone got into a fight with a number of police, or maybe it was police investigators, something along those lines. They suffered damages that reacted in a way that would be reminiscent with the Kindred. Familiar injuries, you know how bullets impact our flesh, that kind of thing. We had some of the necessary cleaners deal with pushing this information under the rug and making it sound like the usual some man on PCP getting away with running despite several revolver rounds in the back, but you know how it goes. It was reminiscent of Kindred in description, although not one that we know of.
Are we sure it wasn't? Sorry. I thought you were done. Sorry.
It's fine. It would seem that it was down at one of the police stations to the south and east, or close to there enough.
Are we sure it wasn't simply a particularly powerful ghoul, or is that the entire point of me looking into it?
Correct. That's the entire point of view looking into it.
Alright, that's all I needed to know.
Very well, then. I wish you the best of luck. And then, as she's hanging up, she's, like, you can already hear that more people are trying to get her attention, like, just a muttering of voices. It does sound quite busy right there at the Elysium right now.
That's what she gets for being part of the ones that are in charge.
Yep. That's what she gets for being busy.
Yeah. At this point, Claire will go to Herrera and ask if she happens to have any contacts with, or any, with her ghoul network, any contacts within the police department, specifically the one around that area.
No, but I have an assistant who gathers this kind of information regularly. If I remember rightly, one of your previous companions, and she'll pause for a second and consult her in memory. Yes, Timothy Lee actually has lent on that particular location relatively recently. So I believe he probably has a collection of whatever leverage might have been used. As for directly ghouls in the location, no.
Very well, thank you.
Not a problem at all. And she'll give you a small smile.
Convenient! Alright.
Yep, one of her essential connections, although not an Unlink because it is also a Kindred, is the quote-unquote the accountant, who keeps a lot of information on things like current blackmail that are still effective, current groups that might be an issue, blah 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 blah.
Yeah. I'll end up calling Tim when Merce gets back.
Yep.
If she gets back within... She's typing right now, so
yeah.
Maybe she's already back. Yay, she's back!
Hello.
Hello. It would seem that Claire wants to contact you in regards to blackmailing that police station. The one that you lent on in the Poor District. Like, quote unquote, would have been a week earlier when you were acquiring your new your new child.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you get a phone call. It's great.
Okay. I mean, Tim's probably at the Elysium as well. So.
Claire herself isn't in the Elysium right now.
Okay.
By the way, Timothy, it's been really busy in the Elysium right now. Like, I believe I brought it up at some point earlier on in the last session. But, like, there are a lot more of the noblesse around. There are a couple more important elders than you're used to seeing that have sort of come out of the woodworks. It happens around, you know, it is a rare occasion for there to be this many around. you haven't been about while the prince was active, and you have heard that he is expected to return in a soonish. Which would explain how busy things currently are. There are a lot of people interested in gathering as much information and preparing themselves for the political movements. But as of right now, yes. Yeah. You receive your phone call. Go right ahead.
Hello?
Hello, Timothy. It is Claire.
Ah, Claire, what can I do for you?
Well, we have been receiving, well, the Ordo, that is, has been receiving unusual reports about a altercation that went down between the police and someone who bore Kindred resistances, abilities, shot multiple times without being grievously wounded. Of course, this could, well, grievously wounded, but of course this could be one of the drugs that the humans enjoy using, PCP and the like, but I would like to find out more.
Why is the Ordo interested?
It has something to do with my research, resistances to certain flaws that our kind have. If it is merely a human getting in an altercation, so be it. But even a particularly powerful ghoul would be of interest to us.
Yes, I should add that this was an altercation in the daytime, which is why it stand out.
Yeah.
Claire isn't saying that.
It was.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I had honestly had forgotten to say that. She would have said that just in the beginning. Otherwise, it wouldn't really be. Yeah. But the daytime brawl with someone who took a lot of punishment didn't go down, and even ghouls have their limits.
Interesting. Yes. All right. So, what do you want me to do?
I know that you have contacts within the police department. I would like to find out all that I can. I understand if they cannot simply hand over the case files and whatnot, but any scrap of information would be immeasurably useful.
All right. I suppose I can take a look for you.
Thank you very much. Would you like me to accompany you, or would you prefer I stay where I am?
You should probably accompany me if they don't want to release any of the evidence and insist I look at it in the station. Be better to have you there rather than relying on descriptions or photographs.
I forget. Does Tim have his own car? Or
No.
Okay. Very well.
To drive the Teachmobile down to get him.
I couldn't remember if this was the character who always took like a taxi.
Yeah.
Okay.
The taxi has a name, you guys. It's Zaire.
You mean Uber or Lyft?
Yeah, no, you don't use Uber if you're a vampire. That's Meals on Wheels.
Well, you do when Zaire isn't around.
Yep.
Anyways.
Okay then. And then speaking of Zaire, it will be Rose arriving at the pancake place right by Bob's sunglasses stand. Zaire, your companion, has made her way through exceptionally impressive stacks of pancakes and is looking generally more satiated. He's also, hankering for a bit of a fix of Zaire blood, but she'll wait, if so fidgetingly.
Yes, we can handle that after Rose job. But first, Zaire is going to kind of walk up to Rose at the sunglasses stand. Is Rose already here?
You tell us, Lily?
Sure.
There you go.
Alright. So you're going to notice Zaire is a little bit giddy. He's got this stupid smile on his face.
Seems normal. Which just beat up a werewolf.
So Rose, ask
So-
me why I'm smiling.
I did. Did you just beat up a werewolf?
No, but it's something that's even better than that, if you can believe it.
Okay, beat up 2 werewolves.
It may not be as good as that, though. And at this point, Zaire will hold
A
out
werewolf
his
and a
hand.
werewolf midget?
Zaire will hold out his hand and call into the air, Madame Hoots! And he's doing this completely not caring that everybody is probably looking at him like he's crazy.
Hey, maybe you as the player, DCL, forgot, but Zaire, you were requested by Madame Hoots not to make her presence entirely known. However...
Oh yeah, I have forgotten as a player. Okay, so Zaire will say this whisper into the air and hope that Madame Hoots, with her super owl hearing, can hear it.
Yes, there is like a when you call out to her, there is just like this tugging sensation. Like as though, it's doubtful you're using Blush of Life, but it feels as though your heart were beating for just a slim moment, like a tugging sensation. And then a few moments later, a large barn owl flaps down and lands onto Zaire's arm.
Zaire's feet
You
may be doing
bought an owl.
Yes?
The owl
Why'd you buy an owl?
The owl does pensive owl things, looking curiously.
Well, what? You know,